Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we are going to finish up this scrapbook album that we've been working on. This is the Basically Amazing D size. So this is the smallest of the 4 sizes that are in this set of templates. This set of templates is available in my Etsy shop. It is a download purchase, not a physical item. But they are available in my Etsy shop and I'll have a link down below for you. Also, if you want to see this scrapbook album from start to finish, I will have a link up here. It is a playlist specifically for this album. So if you want to start, it starts with the introduction to the templates. All my playlists do, they have for a while now. They start with the introduction to the templates so that you can see exactly what you're getting, and then it goes on from there. There's only one thing left to do in this album, and that is I'm going to make a traveler's notebook insert, and I'm going to turn this cover into a traveler's notebook cover. So let me show you my mock-up. So here you can see where I put the elastic in here, and there is one insert. So I guess you could put a smaller one because the elastic is a little bit smaller there. But I have one traveler's notebook insert in here. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to show you. You could, if you wanted to, you could have made, you know, 3 or 4 places for inserts for traveler's notebook, but I didn't. I ended up adding more pages to those spots. So there's technically only left one spot in here that's big enough for a traveler's notebook insert. So that's right smack in the middle of my scrapbook. So that is what we're going to do today. Okay, so let me show you what you're going to need to make the traveler's notebook. So in the set of templates, they all have, all 4 sizes have 2 different side pocket insert sizes. So for the D size album, which is what we're working on, there is 34D and 35D, and one is bigger than the other. So 34D is the smaller, skinnier, and then this one is wider. So you can choose between which size you would like. Either size will work perfectly, but I'm going to use 34D. This is the smaller one. So what I did was I printed 2 of 34D onto white cardstock. It's early in the morning again, and I guess my allergies are just worse early in the morning. I don't know, but I sound terrible. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, hopefully I'll start to feel a little bit better here. Okay, so I printed 2 of 34D because these are, I'm going to make these into covers. So it's going to be a front and back cover, and I used the vintage polka dot background design. And on the other side is the green candy cane stripe from the mini album ornament set. It has the 2 backgrounds, and it has the green and the pink candy cane stripe. So I've been using that because this is a Christmas album. I will have those linked down below too if you'd like to check those out, if you want to get your hands on these background designs, because I think it's worth it just to have these background designs. These can be used for other things too. They don't have to just be Christmas, I think. But anyway, so on one side that was already printed. I had like pre-printed a bunch just so I had it, you know, available. So while I was creating, I didn't have to stop and go print. So I had these 2 already printed, so I just ran them through my printer again and printed page 34D. This cardstock is linked in my Amazon list. I have that listed, linked down below, and it is actually 80 pound, but it's not like super stiff. It's really nice. I like it, and it feels nice. So I've got 2 of those, front and back cover, and then on page 36 is the page for the spines. It's the page for the spines that you can turn any of the side pocket inserts into a notebook. So this page is specifically for taking any of the sizes, because they're all the same height. They're just different widths depending on what size you are working in. You can take these and you can turn those into a notebook. So I printed page 36 onto black cardstock, and this is Recollections, and it's 65 pound, and this is also linked in my Amazon, but you can also get it at Michael's. So I think that's all we're gonna need. I'm gonna go ahead, the mat for this page, for the spines is on page 83. But I'm going to go ahead and take that mat off of there because I think that's the only mat I'm going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. Okay, so first let's start off with trimming everything out. Let me move my mat aside. I think I'm just going to use one set. So there's 3 sets in here. It's up to you. You could totally put one on the outside, one on the inside, but I'm just going to use one set. So it's basically 2 of these long rectangles. Keep it together. But I think I'm going to trim them out all at the same time, because why not? And I can put them back into my workbook that I just had out, and they're ready to go for when I want to make another notebook and have a black spine. So I'm just going to go ahead and all the way around really quick. This is a Fiskars Precision paper trimmer. I haven't been using it much on camera because I'm having some elbow issues, and that stuff is heavy. This is heavy because I keep it in a drawer underneath me, like literally right under here, and lifting it up sometimes really hurts my elbow. I need to go see what's going on because it really hurts. Now the other elbow started to hurt too, so it's like I'm falling apart. Okay, so I just want one set, so I cut one set off of this page, and I'm going to put those back in my workbook. So I'm going to need that, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim both of these pieces out, and then we'll be right back. And don't throw those pieces away, obviously. You can use that for something. Alright, I've got both of these pieces cut out. I'm going to stick these over here in my Crafty Companion. Alright, the next thing I need to do is, whoa, like a scrap piece that I've been stamping or using to stamp on, off of, or whatever. This is a scoreboard. This is a We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard, and I'm just going to score the center line here, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half and burnish. And I scored wonky or cut wonky, one of the two. But it's not going to matter because one is going to be on the front and one's going to be on the back. So I was thinking about having it this way. I'm going to have to do a better job trimming that up. That's one of the bad things when you print on black. You can't see the lines as well. But again, that's okay, because we're going to have to do a finish trimming anyway when we put the pages in. So I think next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ink these up, the front and back covers here. This is Distress Oxide in Walnut Stain. So I'm going to ink these up. Yeah, I think it'll look nice. I think it'll be good. It's a little bright though. I might have to add something to the cover so it's not so bright. I don't know what yet, but the white, the contrast. I mean, it's pretty, the black and the green and the white. It's a pretty contrast, but it's really stark looking, isn't it? Maybe I'll have to put something on the front cover that's got like the vintage polka dot or something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to add tape to the spine. I'm going to add it to this edge here. This is score tape. This is 3/8 of an inch score tape. Add it to this edge. Oh, still got fibers from the ribbon, cutting the ribbon. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and add another strip next to that. And I'm going to flip this around and do the same thing over here. I don't think I'm going to add another strip on here, but I am going to add, are these the same? Let's see. So, yeah. So I'm going to add a strip on the edge of this piece. Again, you could just use glue if you wanted to. And I'm going to add a strip to this piece. So this insert, you probably could just take an 8.5 by 11 and fold it in half. But I'm showing you this because you can take any size insert and make a notebook using this spine piece here. So I don't want you to think that you have to do it this way for this size insert, because you probably could literally just taken a piece of cardstock and folded it in half. And it probably would have been fine. I don't know. I can't say 100% for sure. But anyway, so you can do this with any size of these side pocket inserts. Any size at all. And you can use whatever paper you want for whatever reason you want. There is no rules. Okay. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to come a little bit away from the groove there, because we're going to be sewing pages in. Sewing's really, I'm using that term loosely. It's really not sewing, not really. I mean, it is, but it's not hard. It's like this easiest form. Yeah, see, I got way off. I just need to make sure that I match this one, the same edge, and I can cut the same edge off. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because I cut the spine just a little short, but there's always ways to fix that stuff. Okay, let's take the tape backing off of here. And off of this one. Yep, we're just going to match it up since I missed my mark on that. We're just going to match that sucker up. And I should have, yeah. So I matched up both the top and bottom. See, that's what I should have. The spine piece should have been just a little bit longer, but again, it's not going to hurt anything. Not to worry. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Alright, I'm burnishing that down. Oh, I better not put that up yet. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish it this way. Probably wouldn't even hurt to go opposite, just for flexibility. Okay. Okay, so now I've got 4 sheets of coffee and tea stained paper. Matter of fact, I think my husband and son did this for me. They did a whole bunch for me for Madecon last year. I don't even know how long ago it was now, but I'm still using it. I'm still using it. So this is 8.5 by 11 sheets. And I just picked 4. You can pick as many as you want. The good thing about having like a notebook inside of your albums is that if you didn't want to do a lot of journaling throughout your album, you could literally write all the stuff you want in this notebook. And if you didn't want people to see it, you could just, if you're showing on the album, you can just take it out and they won't, they won't see all of the written things that you have. So it's good because you can literally just put all your thoughts down and not worry about the space constraints. So I am going to, since I put this on wonky, I'm going to match up one end so that when I cut this end off, I can cut the extra bit off that I need to make it all even. So so what I'm going to do, I'm going to clip these together like that. Oh, I wish I could, here, how about if I clip one up top here? So when you're making a bigger one, you'll have to use different size papers, but we'll talk about that in another video when we're making another size album. We'll talk about how to get around that, because there's different things you can do. You don't always have to have large paper. So there's a couple things you can do. But for now, we're just going to use this regular row. Maybe I should put one on this side too. I feel like it's not super tight in there. This is just regular copy paper. And I used to have a better pokey tool, and I must have thrown it away. So this is a Tim Holtz die pick, but I used to have a longer one. I used to have one specifically for poking, but neither here nor there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to poke 3 holes right there. And let's see, let's go down a little further. Right there in that right there in the, what is that? In the ditch, in the valley. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, let me make them a little bit bigger. We're going to be using baker's twine, I think, to sew this together. So I'm going to use the black and white since we've been using a little bit of that. And I need a needle. This is actually the needle that I provided in the kits for Made-A-Con. When we went to Made-A-Con, we made Traveler's Notebook inserts with the Wanderlust. So this was the big old needle. I wonder if I even need that needle threader, because it's got a big eye. And I'm just going to cut some off. Now, we've done this a million times. You decide if you want to start in the middle from the inside or from the outside. And I think I'm going to start from the outside. I don't know. There's something about having that extra string on the outside that I like. I don't know why. So you come in from the middle, then you pick one side and go back out. Then go all the way down to the other end. Like that. I probably could have given myself just a little more leeway, but, you know, with some extra string. And then you come back out the middle. And so I'm going to do a little snug, and you want one tail on one side of this long string and one tail on the other. Right, and then we're just going to tie a knot. Just like that. And we might even leave that there, so let's take off these. All right, let's burnish this down again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is a craft mat, and I'm just going to lay it on here, and I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm going to get my craft knife, Tim Holtz ruler, any ruler will be fine, and then this is a Scotch craft knife, and I'm going to carefully trim this down even. I'm just going to make some slow and steady, not pressing super hard. But you see, there's that piece of extra cardstock on the top there. Did we get it already? Maybe one more pass to get that piece of cardstock. Oh, there we go. So now we're even. So if your paper was longer, you could then trim off this side as well. That side looks good, and that side, okay, so now I'm just gonna go ink this edge back up, only because I had to cut the cardstock because I didn't trim well. I should probably, since I had to ink that edge, let's ink that edge. So it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. And oh, I was gonna mat it. Let me move this. Okay, we're not done yet. I was gonna mat it. I was thinking about using this Christmas paper. I was gonna mat the side here. I don't know now though. I don't know if I like it or not. What else do I got? That's what I was thinking I was gonna do, and it's gonna go, the book is gonna go right here. It's gonna be in here like this. So I was thinking about using this paper. So what other options do I have? I've got the music note paper. That might like calm things down a little bit where it's not so hard. That might be kind of cool. There's music notes. I've got other wrapping paper. I've got this May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. Oh wait a minute, I already have one of those out. I could maybe do that. This kind of matches the cover a little bit. I could maybe do that. Well, let's experiment. Let's cut one from each, and then that way, or two from each, and then that way we can see exactly what it looks like. So what I'm going to do, and if you've got enough, like this is, where's my pencil? You know, this is leftover wrapping paper from Christmas, so I've got plenty. Well, actually, I don't have plenty because I had to use some recycled wrapping paper. Like, it wasn't flat and it had tape on it and everything. Oh, be careful, Jen. Be careful. Ooh, let's flip that this way and not put the tape side down on the wrapping paper. It's so thin. But you can't tell. It's on the cover of this album and you can't even tell. So, and if somebody has, like, somebody says, what is going on here? This is just crap. Well, you know what? You know what you can tell them to do? Yeah, That's my thoughts. Just saying. They can't appreciate the craftsmanship of what you've made, then they don't have any business looking at your artwork, now do they? If they just want to nitpick it, then they do not need to be checking out your work. They just need to go on somewhere. Okay, one more wrapping paper, better flip it to the back side. So I'm going to finish tracing this out, and I'm going to cut them out, and then we can see which one we like better. Okay, so I've got them all cut. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one, with the Christmas, the red and white Christmas. And they all look pretty good. Not gonna lie. They actually all go very nicely with the whole thing. So then I was also thinking about doing, like on the front cover of the album, doing something like this. So this is a 3x4 piece of coffee stain paper, and then this is page 68 DE from the templates. So I was thinking about doing this. So I think I'm going to go with the red and white. I like them all, but I think that I'm going to go with the red and white because I think it'll match better with the page that's going to, you know, it's going to be in between two pages, so I think it'll look better with this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So okay, so I'm going to take these two red and white ones, move these to the side. I should probably just stick these with, no, probably not. I'm just going to stick them with all my Christmas, all the paper that I used in this album. I'm just going to put that with that, just in case I make another one. So I'm going to ink these two up really quick, and it's hard to ink up wrapping paper, just so you know. It's so thin. And it is wrapping paper, see? I don't know if you can see it. Let my camera focus. See how it's got the lines on the back? I don't know if you guys believed me or not before, but it is wrapping paper, I promise. So I'm going to try to keep it to where if you open it up, it looks, you know, like continuous. So I'm going to put this one on the front cover, and I'm going to use my Advanced Tape Glider. You could use a glue stick, but liquid glue will show through on this. So if you wanted to, you could use Fabri-Tac probably, and it'd be fine. But like art glitter glue will show through this. So I don't advise it. But you could put it on here and then smooth it out, the art glitter glue. You could totally do that as well. But, you know, I've been loving using my ATG. I've been loving it. I mean, I hadn't used it for a long time, and then I started using it when I was making my mock-ups, my prototypes for the set of templates, and I was like, I love this thing. And I found a good source for a little bit more affordable tape, and I've got that linked in the description box below as well. So, okay, so then this one goes on the back side. And if you didn't want a traveler's notebook in the middle, but you still thought it was a fun idea, you could do like an envelope. You could put an envelope in the middle to hold, like instead of, like back here we made this envelope for the receipts and things. You could have done that for the middle instead of it being attached to the album. You could totally have done that. That's a good idea. I really like that idea, actually. I have to do that for another one of the album sizes. Oh, get that edge. Okay, so now we've got those on, right? I just think it's so cute. All right, so for this, first I'm gonna ink this piece of coffee stained paper, and then I'm gonna use photo corners, real photo corners, I think, and attach it. What do we think? I think it would look pretty good. I think it would look cool. I was thinking about stamping on here, but I don't know what I want to stamp on it yet. So I'm not going to stamp anything on it yet. I could put 19. Get my big old stamps out. Alright, because it's darn near the same size as these stamps. These are the Tim Holtz. They should just be called giant stamps, number stamps. I like them, so whatever. I think that they'll fit on here just fine. What do we think? Do we like? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, where's my stamp block? I need my big one. Is that on there straight? I mean, are the numbers straight? I think so. So I'm just going to grab my ink pad out of my station there. Ink it up this way. Ooh, that's a lot of ink. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get my head over it, so I'm going to try really hard to center it. Really, 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 really hard. Let that sit for a second. Yeah. Look. Like it. Okay. I'll put those up in just a second. So now I need some photo corners. And these have been sprayed previously. These are photo corners from Hobby Lobby. That is the best place I've been able to find them. cheapest for your money. You know, you get the most bang for your buck. I do have some linked in my Amazon, but you don't get as many as you do at Hobby Lobby. So you can get them online too, the ones at Hobby Lobby. You don't have to go in store. You can order them online. Because they almost never have them. They're almost never in stock in store. In store. So when you see them, you better grab them up. It's like, I'll see if I can't find a package. Let me get this stuck down first. The paper's so flimsy. And then, of course, if you didn't want to fool with paper corners, you know, photo corners, you could have just used my photo mats, my add-on, basically amazing add-on photo mats, and print it out, and you wouldn't have to worry about them. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this on here. Best I can. Our photo corners in here. Yeah. So here is a package of the Hobby Lobby photo corners. You get 108 pieces and they are $3. So I think the ones in my Amazon, you get 108 pieces and they're like $8 or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But they come in white, cream, and black, I think. So if you wanted to just get black and not color them, that's fine too. But those are really super dark. But anyway, so whenever I see them, I buy them. So I've got like 5 packages in here ready to go. But you could also just get the ones that you can print out, you know, that already have the photo corners on there. You just print it out. You can also buy these. These are available in my Etsy shop too. They're linked down below. But the only thing about those is you've only got 2 options. You've got the greenish color, like the patina color, and then you've got a brown. So this is like the patina color. Whoop. This is like the patina color. No, right here. Right there. And this one's kind of like a light patina. I bet you I could give them a little bit more zhazzy zhazzing up. So then that can go there. Yeah, I like it. I am going to glue this down. Yes, indeed. Now I just need to decide what glue I'm going to use. I feel like the art glitter glue might show on the back side of here. So, I don't know. I like it. Okay, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, I think. I used it yesterday, and I forgot how much I love my Fabri-Tac. You know, it's okay to go back and forth, use different glues, use one glue. It's okay to try things out. It's okay to be like, yeah, I love this glue, and then try something out and be like, yeah, I love that glue. It's okay. Just do whatever. You know, if that's what you want to use it. There are no rules in paper crafting. Let's see. I just love these numbers. Do you guys love these numbers? I just love these numbers. They're so awesome. I love the font. I just love them. Now that we've got the book put together, now we need to do the elastic that goes on the inside to hold it in there. Right? So it'll go right here. So let me go ahead and get this stuff put up and get the supplies out, and we will tackle the elastic. In order to punch the holes in the spine, you're going to need something like this. This is We Are Memory Keepers. This is the Crocodile. I think that's exactly what it's called, Crocodile. And it punches holes through chipboard, and it's an eyelet setter. You don't really need the eyelets. I'm not going to be using eyelets. Why do I keep saying that funny? I'm not going to use eyelets in mine, but This will be linked in my Amazon list. Also, you can get it at any scrapbook store, online or in person. It's pretty much a staple, I think. Surely they're not going to discontinue this. And then you're also going to need some elastic. I'm going to use white because I want to ink it on the outside so that it kind of blends in with the covers. So this is also linked in my Amazon, but this is, oh, what brand is this? Shoot. I don't know, but you get a whole bunch. You get a whole bunch. So I don't think you ever can run out of that stuff. So what I'm going to do is on the side, I'm going to use the smaller hole. There is a, I think this is a 1/4 of an inch and an 1/8 of an inch hole. I'm not 100% sure if it says it on there or not. No, 3/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. So 3/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to use the 1/8 of an inch side. And I'm going to set mine to a 1/2 inch. It's got these little markings. I don't know if the newer ones have that, but the older ones do. It's got a 1/2 inch. And I'm just literally going to go in here into my cover, center it up just as best I can, and punch. Right? And then I'm going to flip it around. Same thing. I'm going to make sure that's at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to go in here, center it up as best I can, and punch. Okay, so then I'm going to switch it to 1 inch, which is all the way down here, if I can get it. There we go. 1 inch, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide it in here, try to line it up with that same other one in the same line, I mean, and punch another hole. Flip it around. And punch another hole. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it up to you a little bit so you can see 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Well, you can't see through that. There you go. 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so there's 4 holes all together. So we're not gonna need this anymore. So then I'm gonna take some elastic and I'm going to start at the second hole from the top, and from the inside I'm going to go, there really isn't a right or wrong way, I don't think, to do this. I'm going to feed that through to the outside, and I'm going to come back in that top hole there, maybe from the outside. Might have to flip it over, right? And I'm going to pull, whoop, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to go to the first hole, or the 1 inch hole. Go out that one. Oh, no. Nope, I lied. Take it back. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom hole, the 1/2 inch hole. Come out the outside and then come back in that hole there. Now I've got way too much elastic, so let me see if I can't pull some of this back out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut that, if I can find my scissors. Cut that off with a spool. Right, I'm going to tighten it just a little. Ooh, that might be too tight. Oh no, that should be just fine. Tighten it just a little, and then I'm going to tie a knot. And it doesn't have to be super tight. It does not have to be tight. And then I'm going to trim that off. You can trim off as much or as little as you like, because I mean sometimes those little bits get on my nerves. But you could also, if you wanted to, you could like glue it together so it doesn't get on your nerves, but I'm not going to do that. So on the inside you have two, one that goes top to bottom, and then one that goes to the 2 inside holes that we punched, right? You got 2, and then on the outside all you see is, whoa, all you see is this little bit here and this little bit there. Okay, so that's simple enough, and it's clean and it's easy.
So then I'm going to take my notebook and I'm going to string it on the longer of the two. I'm going to feed it up underneath there. Just like that. So no matter what size traveler's notebook insert that you make, as long as you're using these side pocket inserts, you can use those exact measurements, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, punch 4 holes, and it will work every single time, okay? So there is that. So I'm gonna put a closure, I think, on this. What do I want to use? I don't want it to mess up the picture. I guess I could just use a paper clip. I'm just gonna use a paper clip. And I'm just gonna put it up here like this. Because I really don't want to mess up my picture. I don't want it to scratch. I feel like it's going to anyway. Maybe I'll put it down here. So if it scratches, it'll scratch his shirt and not their faces, right? So that's it for that. If you wanted to, you can ink that up on the inside. I'm going to ink it up on the outside just so it doesn't stand out as much, but it really doesn't stand out much at all. See? Doesn't that look cool? So that's it. That's all. That's it. We're done, folks. No, we are done with this scrapbook album. So I just wanted to show you guys how to add that, how to use the components that are included in the template to make a traveler's notebook insert. You can do that any size, super easy, super quick stitch. It looks fabulous. It gives you loads of space to do journaling, and I just love it. So I might do it on every size. We'll see. We'll see what kind of scrapbook albums we end up making. Which brings me to my next question, you guys. You're going to have to let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what size do you want to make next. Do you want to make, let me grab them. This is the D size. So the mock-up, the prototype, there's a flip through. There's a video flip through of all 4 of these size mock-ups. I will have that linked up here and down below. If you want to, it's also in the playlist. So if you wanted to, you know, see every nook and cranny of my mock-ups, check that video out. But here's the D size, and then here is the C size. So the D size is designed for 4x6 photos, portrait. This is the D size. It's designed for 5x7 photos, portrait. And then here is the B size. This one is designed for 4x6 landscape. Let's see what we got going on. Did I do any landscapes? Surely I did somewhere. Put landscape photo. Yeah. So here are 4x6 landscapes right there. So that's what this size. So this is B size. And then there's one more size. And then this one is the last size. This is A size. So this one is designed for 5x7 landscape. However, all sizes can fit into the largest size, obviously. So this is A. So this is the 5x7 landscape size. That's what it's designed for. So I can't decide which size I want to go to next. I guess it might depend on the paper collection and the availability. So I'm considering, I have a paper collection that I'm considering for the next album, but I don't know if we can do the biggest album with that one. So let me know what you guys want to do. Let me know which size you want to tackle next. Do you want to do the A size, the B size, or the C size next? So let me know what your thoughts are. I love them all. They're all fantastic, and they're all, I loved making my mock-up, so I know I loved making my Christmas album with you guys, so I know I'm going to love doing whichever size you want to do. Again, if you want to see flip-throughs of all of these, that video is linked. I had it linked up here, but it's now down in the description box as well. Just let me know. I'm super excited. And I also wanted to let you know too, like this one, we did this one the most basic way I could. I had to restrain myself quite a bit when I was making this with you guys. So we made this as basic as possible, which is great because you can still make a beautiful, beautiful album and still keep it basic. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you from the start, is that you don't have to be all super fancy. Anybody can make
this album and it still look fantastic. It'll just be amazing. Just like the title of the templates, basically amazing. I just wanted you guys to see that first. But the next albums, we are going to go all out. We're going to go flips, flaps, pockets, the whole 9 yards. We are going to go all out like we normally do. You'll just have to let me know what size you think we should do next. Okay, you guys, this was fun. I'm going to have to finish this up after all my Christmases are over. I'm going to have to find a photo for there because I still have one more to go, believe it or not. So, yeah, I really enjoyed making this album. You guys are going to have to give it a try. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Like I said, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think you want to do next. Soon I'll be coming, I'll make another video on what I think I'm going to use in the next project, which will be basically amazing. We just don't know what size yet. So yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and do that, and then hit that bell icon and then turn those notifications on. You have to actually turn them on in order to receive a notification for when I upload a video next. And that is all I have for you guys. So I will see you next time. Bye.